Pickle, let's go to the hotline. Let's go to Harris County. We are pleased to be joined by the head coach of the undefeated 8-0 Houston Worthing Colts. Coach Brandon Ellis joins us. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing all right. How you guys doing today?
Doing excellent. How are things at Worthing these days?
I was doing all right. It's a good day right now.
I would say so. You guys are 8-0. 8-0 for the first time in program history since 2001. And this is, of course, come off of last year. You guys went 8-3. I'm curious, if I had come to you before the season and said, hey, Coach, we're going to be talking ahead of week 9, and you guys are going to be 8-0, do you think that would have surprised you?
That would have surprised me. It definitely would have. This has been a big surprise for us.
Especially one of the things that I look at with the way your team is playing is the defense has been absolutely relentless this year. The defense has been terrific from the word go. What has you guys playing so well defensively right now?
Well, our defensive front line, we got some pretty good guys up front, and Ja'Cory Thurman and Ernest Briscoe, they've been holding it down for us up front. They've been stuffing the run every play. It has been amazing to watch them play right now.
The other, one of the other things about this team that I look at is you guys started off the season, against Rosenberg Terry and then against Wharton, and you guys went out there and really shut them down offensively. How important were those two games ahead of a long district season there in District 11? How important were those two wins, especially over a 5A team like Terry, to kind of setting the tone for the rest of the year?
Well, those two games were very important for us because, for once, we were able to show that we could shut down and outside of HISD school. Mm-hmm. That's something that's kind of been the stigma over our kids, our program. We can get out the first round. We can play well in HISD, but once we go outside of HISD, it's really not a competition. But so those two games really showed our kids and our program, our community, that we can play with those outside schools.
Talking with Brandon Ellis, the head coach of the Worthing Colts here on Texas Football Today. Get involved in the conversation, #TF Today. Coach, on the offensive side, it's hard not to notice what your quarterback, Vashon Smith, has been doing this year. Just a dual threat guy who has been lighting it up every single week. The numbers are very impressive, but as your QB1, what is it about Vashon Smith that really sets him apart?
The whole team follows behind him. He's what you call a true leader. He's been a Sunnyside kid since day one. He's played with the Little League team, stayed in the area for middle school, and came right to us at high school. So he's always been a coach, and the kids really listen to him when he speaks.
I want to ask you about your time there at Worthing. This is you're in their 15th year there at Worthing. I don't want to date you here,
yes,
Coach,
sir.
But going back to 2009, you take over this program. What do you think are maybe the biggest differences between that program you took over in 2009 and the one that is rolling right now?
Well, at that time, we were going through some issues as well with our school. There was a couple of things about the school being closed, and so we weren't getting the kids that were supposed to come to us, that was zoned to us. So once we started getting past that and showing that we can win, and we have good coaches at Worthing, we started bringing those kids back into our program.
Coach, you mentioned, the idea of winning a playoff game and stuff like that. It's been almost 30 years now since Worthing has gone back-to-back winning outright district championships. When you guys talk about goal setting and stuff like that, how high on that list is winning the district championship for you guys?
Well, last year that was our big push. Winning the district, that was something that we wanted to show to everybody in our district that we're not a doormat. You had to go to the district, had to go through Worthing. And so this year, of course, we did have that goal, but our goal was to get out of that first round this year. So basically, we want to make sure we're seeded so we can play a good team so we can get out of that first round.
And finally, Coach, I want to ask you, it's on to the next one. You guys take on Scarborough this week. Scarborough's struggling a little bit. But I want to ask you a little bit about keeping your guys focused. I think that 8-0. There's going to be some press clippings. Hey, we're talking on statewide air right now. I want to ask you about keeping your guys focused. How do you keep your guys focused going into a game where you guys are 8-0? This is a Scarborough team that's struggling. How do you focus your guys and make sure that they're locked in?
Well, one of the things that we're doing exactly today, we're going to reset today. We're going to make sure the message is still put right in front of their forehead that we have to win the first round playoff game. None of this matters if we go home in the first round. So that's one of the few things that we just keeping it on their mind that, hey, the playoffs is coming. It's a new season. This is cool. We've been here before, We're used to it. A lot of these guys were on that team last year. So they've come used to the cameras and the interviews. So now it's time to take it to another level.
He's Brandon Ellis. He's the head coach of the undefeated Worthing Colts. Coach, we sure appreciate your time. Congratulations again on the fantastic start, and let's keep it going, shall we?
I appreciate you guys, and I definitely will try.
Absolutely. Thanks, Coach. There he goes. Brandon Ellis, head coach of the Worthing Colts, joining us here, Texas Football Today.